Yeah, I don't want to be caught with a wrong phone.
Those are my keys. Yeah. No, we didn't.
We're still recording?
Yes, we are.
We are.
And now we're back on live.
Okay, great. So I'm going to call the East Lyme Board of Selectmen meeting to order. This is the regular meeting of we're in August, aren't we? August 3rd, 2016. We already had the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't believe there's any agenda or consent items to add. So we'll move right to delegations. Anyone like to speak to the Commission or the Board of Selectmen? Hearing, seeing none. Approval of the minutes, July 6th.
Move to approve the minutes of the meeting of July 6, 2016 as submitted.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been seconded. Any comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Terrific. Going into new business then, 2A.
No,
Consent
calendar.
Wow, I did it again.
It's okay.
But you all jumped out when I jumped that one. That was unanimous. The consent calendar.
Move to approve the consent calendar in the amount of $6,246.22 for the meeting of August 3rd, 2016.
Second.
It's been seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Can I go to 2A?
Yes, you may.
Authorize first selectman to sign the lease. This is the Bayview Masonic Temple Associates, Inc., Parks and Rec. This is, let me explain how this works. We know this Masonic Temple building. It's out across from Lily B. They have some space, and they approached or somehow got the regional theater group, the East Lyme Regional Theater, which is a Parks and Rec program. They worked out a deal to lease the space for, I believe it's $750. And thank you for staying. I just looked up and saw you there. And you maybe can fill in some blanks on this and all. But the bottom line is this money, or at least $500 out of the $750, or did we decide today? Why don't you come on up? So, as you know, the East Lyme Regional Theater is a successful organization, again, under the umbrella of the Parks and Rec. And they make a lot of money in their productions, in their camps, in their programming, in the ads they sell. They had a very successful production of Hairspray over the weekend, I think 5 shows, and sellout crowds, and they were turning people away. So this is a great organization. We're really pleased to have them as part of the town Parks and Rec. And they accumulate money, but they need space. They needed a home. So they said, well, can we spend the money that we're making on our programming on renting some space? So this is how we've come to this place.
Right, and so that money will come out of the special revenue fund that rolls over each year. And like Marcus said, the Regional Theater for the last 6 years have put on pretty major shows during the summer months and have raised a significant amount of money to be able to get to this point where we feel comfortable on a monthly lease of renting space from the Masonic Temple. So we expect to use it not only for regional theater, but also the senior theater program, and then also for other park and rec programs that might spill over into that facility. So it's something we're looking forward to, and space that will be well used.
If you know the Masonic Temple building, there's 2 levels. There's the downstairs level where there's a kitchen and it's more of a rec area, and that's where East Lyme Regional Theater is spending most of their time doing dance moves and learning songs for the next production. Upstairs is their, I guess you call it a temple. It's their formal room. But as time goes, they're looking for the town to even consider, as needed, even taking maybe more space and maybe creating a black box theater upstairs in their room, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a nice partnership we have. It's an organization that has seen busier days and brighter days, and they were looking for some assistance. I thought this was a good, everything I've heard about it has been a win-win. The group has been in there for a little while with a handshake agreement till we could come to a formalized agreement. This, by the way, of course, you can tell by reading through it, was drawn up by our town attorney and meets our proper way we do business charter and our rules and our ordinances, etc. So here we are with a lease. There'll be 1-year leases. So therefore, at $750 a month, I think that adds up to about $9,000 or so. It doesn't go over that $10,000 threshold, which becomes a town meeting exercise. These are 1-year leases to be extended if everyone agrees for a period of 5 1-year leases. The town attorney has checked on that and feels comfortable that those are to be considered independent from one another. Are there questions from the Board of Selectmen?
We don't have a motion on the floor.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Resolved to authorize the first selectman in the name and on behalf of the town of East Lyme to execute a lease with the Bayview Masonic Temple Association Incorporated for certain space in its building located at 32 Society Road, Niantic, for use by the East Lyme Parks and Recreation Department in conjunction with the East Lyme Regional Theater.
I'll second it.
It's been seconded. Okay, comments?
I have a couple of questions. As this is not a town-owned building, how does this affect our insurance? Do we have liability coverage?
Our liability does extend to this property.
And are they paying rent to use the high school? If I may.
Yeah, we pay for custodial fees and also for any extra overtime that we need to have and for security. We do not, because it's a town park and rec program, we have that reciprocal agreement where we do not pay to use the facility. So their sports league, their sports teams use our athletic fields, we use their buildings. It's kind of been a good relationship. So, but we do pay for overtime for custodians and for security for our events.
Thank you.
Further questions?
Yes. So is East Lyme Youth Theater a wholly owned, or East Lyme Regional Theater sort of a wholly owned subsidiary of Parks and Rec, or are they independent?
Correct. No, they are all the funds that
Okay.
come in for the plays and all that other stuff does come in through the Park and Rec Special Revenue Fund. They have started a booster club or a East Lyme
It's
Regional
called
Guild.
a guild. Yeah.
Where separate from any other fundraising activities they do other than their admission tickets and programming fees and that kind of stuff. So just to help boost the program. So, but it is, all the monies come into Park and, yes, to the special
Okay.
revenue fund.
So typically over the course of a year, would the admissions from their programs cover
Oh,
the
absolutely.
rent?
Without, yes, correct. Yep. And then we have, over the last 6 years, we have a pretty good amount there that if we were to fall
There's a
short.
buffer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
All right, thank you.
I have a couple questions. Is it budget neutral? You're not asking for any
No.
budget, all right, so you have enough in this revenue fund,
Yes.
special revenue fund?
Correct.
What are you paying lease for storage or for use? Or
Or for
both?
use.
It's
Or
for
both.
use.
Actually,
Both.
both, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And where's the storage?
They have 2 rooms off to the side of the big cafeteria area there that they're allowing us to use for storage and for like a smaller, intimate lesson or play.
Music
or,
lessons or one-on-ones.
Yep.
Okay, and it's exclusively going to be used for East Lyme and the Regional Theater?
Right.
That storage area?
Correct.
It's not shared with other
Right.
groups and stuff like that?
Right, correct.
Okay, so that'll be ours. And that's all on the lower level?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions?
I just think this is a great opportunity. I mean, our Parks and Rec programs, as we can see, the regional theater is expanding and growing. This is a great opportunity to even move it further. And as we've seen, it's less than neutral. I mean, we're making far more revenue than we are going to be expending. So I think it's a great opportunity for all our people who participate. It's going to be expand to the seniors. And we know we don't have enough space at the community center for a lot of stuff now, and we occasionally have to compete with the schools for things. So I think it's a great opportunity, and it doesn't really put any burden on any of the taxpayers in the town.
I might add the seniors have this production that they've been doing, the East Lyme Players, they're called, from the senior center, and they've put on a couple in several productions lately, and I don't know if they're going to be able to use this space right away, but the thought is that this will become an art center, and even though it's part-time Masonic Temple still, and rightfully so, here we are supporting the arts and giving arts a chance to thrive, and kind of an incubator space, if you will. So I'm thrilled that this has worked out so well so far, and that we can solidify the agreement. Any other comments or questions?
I just have one more. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does this guarantee so much time in the?
It does in the lease. It does mention that when there's an event there, that the Masonic Masonic Temple people. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Masons?
Then we would the Masons. Correct. Thank you. That we would not use the facility. So there is a calendar that will be kept.
Okay,
there,
but we have a right to be on that calendar too.
Yes,
if
correct.
we're
Oh,
outside of
absolutely.
that?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
so
we'll
you're
have
not-
the majority. We'll have the majority use of that
Okay,
downstairs.
you're not going to be
It's just
squeezed.
when they have a
There's
major
no
event.
possibility of getting squeezed out or anything
Right.
like that. Okay, you're
Correct.
comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, that's it.
They've been working very well together.
Yeah.
I might add. It's just a symbiotic, it's a perfect win-win relationship. Okay. Any other comments, questions? Okay, I'll move the vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain?
I'm going to abstain.
Okay, great. 2B, approve the ICE program grant, which is $17,208.30. Joe,
I'll get the motion on first.
Sure.
Okay. That's brought up. Move to approve a special appropriation and transfer in the amount of $17,208.30 from the Capital Non-Recurring Fund 32 account 32-60-120-100-002 sale of vehicles to an account to be established titled ICE Grapple Truck and forward to the Board of Finance for their approval, and this will require a town meeting.
Second.
Okay. Joe Bergaz here to kind of give an overview of what you remembered this program. We talked about the grapple truck, and here it is in front of us.
A few things that I know I'm tasked with. One is saving money, which we tried to do in the streetlights before, but another one is looking for ways to be more efficient and regionalize and kind of pull together entities. And this is a good example of it. The ICE is a state OPM program. Been in front of the board before, where there's an unusual opportunity where New London came to us. They're a distressed community in the ICE program. So this program, 80% of the funds came from the state of Connecticut, so it allowed us an opportunity to buy a brand new grapple truck. There's a picture of it in the package, where the town of East Lyme would put in 10%, New London would put in 10%. We have an agreement in place. Uses of it, picking up bulky waste in town, even like picking up things on the side of the road. It's got a crane that picks it up, and all that crane can be done by a guy outside the truck. So instead of having to bring a backhoe and all the other equipment up there, we could just one truck. So this is another one of those win-win that for a minimal amount, it's a $172,000 truck for $17,000, and we have full use if hurricane storms come, or just using for bulky or any other stuff because it's regionalized, and we're only paying 10% of the value of it. So it seems like a pretty good deal for the town of East Lyme. As far as the funding of it, capital, it's coming from the capital non-recurring account when we sell vehicles off. So when we have the vehicle acquisition program, sale of vehicles, one such one, ironically, is we sold 2 garbage trucks to the city of New London, 2 of our older ones, the rear loaders that we don't use anymore because we use the auto loaders. There was $80,000. I know we have been dipping into that money, but whenever we have an old truck, we put it in the capital non-recurring, and here that's the funds I believe they had identified that it would be coming from. So it would already be funded in an account that has money in it. So
Terrific. Are there questions from the board? Great. And again, we've gone through this before. Yeah. We know that we were in the process of this, but now we're kind of finishing up on the details.
Yeah, New London, I think, is just about to order it tomorrow.
Okay, great.
If this goes through.
Okay.
It should arrive in 30, 60 days.
Great.
They're ready to go, and they're choreographing it, so we just
get the truck. Put a co-logo on that truck or something?
Probably no logo.
Maybe no logo,
yeah. We'll work that out.
Yeah. Or a joint partnership between
Lyme or East London.
Oh, dear.
A whale on a scallop shell.
Oh, dear.
Hey, Joe, do you foresee any other opportunities coming up where this type of agreement can be executed for other purchases? or is this just a one-time
Well,
deal?
this ICE grant was a great opportunity that they're paying 80%. And if we picked another neighboring town, it wasn't an 80%. It just happened to mean New London was on the distress list. Like if we went in with Old Lyme or something like that. So to answer your question, I don't have anything on the horizon right now, but we're always looking for things, whether it's a sweeper, a catch basin cleaning truck. But those are things you got to look at that two towns could chip in and pay half, and then figure out how to use it and share and play nice in the sandbox.
I'd be interested, especially the ones that you're not using every day.
Oh, we're looking into that.
Yeah.
And, but in this case, the state program was right in front of us.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a great program to be part of.
Terrific.
Right. Thanks.
I'll call the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Terrific. I'm pleased to announce nothing but good news tonight. Nothing but good news on this agenda. We've established a Historic Properties Commission, and that enabled us to move forward on getting grants in such as the Certified Local Government, which opens the door for grant opportunities. As such, the Historic Properties Commission applied for and received, through a lot of hard work, diligent, hard work, received a Historic Preservation Technical Assistance Grant from the Connecticut Trust for Historic Preservation. And this grant is to continue with Phase 2 of the Archaeological Renaissance Recognizance Survey at the Samuel Smith property. Luanne is here, Luanne Lang. Luanne, is there anything you would like me to add to this? We've seen this before. I presume with your hard work we'll see it again. But tonight we have this one in front of us. Are we good?
Yes.
Terrific.
Phase 2.
Phase 2. Wonderful. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve a special appropriation for a certified local government grant in the amount of $9,650 from the Department of Economic and Community Development to CNRE Fund 32, account 32-70-700-724-702, Archaeological Reconnaissance Survey, and forward to the Board of Finance for approval. This will be to complete the funding for Phase 2 survey at the Samuel Smith property. And note this requires a town meeting.
Would you come on up to the microphone?
Need a second.
Was that a second?
I was going to second. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think you just read D. One is the grant and one is the match.
No.
No.
I must admit, I only heard part of what you're saying. The Historic Preservation Technical Assistance Grant is from the Connecticut Trust. That came first, and then it
That's
was
the one you
matched.
read.
No, I read, no,
No.
2C doesn't say Connecticut Trust. I was just reading from the draft motions. So I'll withdraw that. I'll read the motion.
Oh, I see, yeah.
I see. Dan, you okay with me withdrawing that?
Yes.
Just a second. Okay, move to approve a special thank you, Luanne. Move to approve a special appropriation for the Historic Preservation Technical Assistance Grant in the amount of $9,650 from the Connecticut Trust for Historic Preservation to CNRE Fund 32, account 32-70-700-724-702, Archaeological Reconnaissance Survey, and forward to the Board of Finance for approval. This will be for Phase 2 survey at the Samuel Smith property, and this requires a town meeting.
And I'll second that motion.
Terrific. Any other comments?
Yes, and you answered one of them because I had noticed this required a match, and the other grant is the match that's required. My other question I see in the fine print, please sign and return the original of this letter by July 31st, 2016 is your acceptance of this agreement. Was that done?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you can
Yeah.
do that before we've actually accepted the money and it's gone to the town meeting. Yeah, I don't want to.
Last November, the board approved applying for these two grants. It's in your November minutes. So that approval was given back then. And so that is how, when it moved forward, because when you sign these, then they have to go to their board and then sent back with their signature. So it takes time, but it was approved in your meeting last November.
Oh, I recall that. It's just looking at this, we returned, obviously sign and return the letter, but we had not actually met nor had there been a town meeting to authorize this. Do you get my drift? We've agreed to it before we've actually technically approved it.
Well, the money hadn't arrived yet, if that helps.
Yeah. No. I just don't, I don't.
Did I
Dot the
sign
i's
this
and cross
already?
the t's.
No, you signed,
Something in November. Did
no,
I
in November, the Board of Selectmen agreed to both grants being submitted. And then in May, when one of them came back, we had to send it as a part of their approval system before they could submit it as an actual appropriated amount of money.
The award letter dated June 20th says please return by July 31st. I probably haven't signed this one.
No, that's right. That one has not been
This
signed.
one
It was
I
a
have.
different one.
So,
That was
but because we have not returned it, we have not
no, it's fine.
lost the money. Okay, that was
No,
my.
it's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
That's a question.
Yeah.
Because we
Okay.
went
Watchful
around, we
eyes.
missed one of their deadline dates, and then they missed one of the other deadline date. It was a 3-ring circus.
Okay, all right, as I say, this required, it says you have to sign and return by July 31st.
no, we're
And I was
fine.
questioning if that had been done, then technically
Right.
you probably couldn't do it because we hadn't had this meeting, nor had it gone to a town meeting. But if,
Tomorrow morning's mail.
yeah, okay. Thank you. I have no further questions.
Okay. Then we'll call a vote, right? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? There's a special appropriation for certified local government grant for $96.50, which is the matching grant.
This time, I think we'll have the right one. I'll do it the right way. Move to approve a special appropriation for historical preservation technical assist.
No.
No.
Swap them.
This
Yeah,
one.
swap.
The one you read
Yeah,
first.
the one I first read.
Yeah.
This one here.
Yeah, C and D are back. Move to approve a special appropriation for a certified local government grant in the amount of $9,650 from the Department of Economic and Community Development to CNRE Fund 32, account 32-70-700-724-702, Archaeological Reconnaissance Survey, and forward to the Board of Finance for approval. This will be to complete the funding for Phase 2 survey at the Samuel Smith property, and this requires a town meeting.
Second.
Any further comment? Questions? Corrections? Now I'll call the vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain? Ayes have it. Congratulations to your group. And Luann, you're just hard work and always eye on the ball. We really appreciate it. There's a sign call.
Move the following call. Town of East Lyme notice of special town meeting. Notice is hereby given of a special town meeting of the Town of East Lyme to be held on September 17th, 2016 at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at the East Lyme Town Hall Upper Meeting Room for the following purposes. Special appropriation of $17,208.30 from the Capital Non-Recurring Fund 32, account 32-60-120-100-002 to an account established titled ICE Grapple Truck. 2. Special appropriation Historic Preservation Technical Assistance Grant $9,650 from the Connecticut Trust for Historic. Huh?
Keep reading.
We'll have you correct it later.
Was it the date?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
I
7th
thought
and
so.
not the 17th.
For historic preservation to CNRE Fund 32 for Phase 2 survey at the Samuel Smith property. And 3, special appropriation certified local government grant in the amount of $9,650 from Department of Economic and Community Development to CNRE Fund 32 to complete funding for Phase 2 survey at Samuel Smith property dated this 3rd of August 2016. East Lyme Board of Selectmen, and I'll amend that to change the date to September 7th.
At
Sec-
7 p.m.
I'll second.
And it's been seconded. Comments? Any other corrections? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain? Wonderful. 2F. Approve expenditure of the Parahouse account for up to $3,050 from the Commission on Aging. Mrs. Wilson couldn't be with us this evening, so just going over it, at the April COA meeting, the board approved, am I reading the right part? Yes. $1,400 from the Powerhouse account for the creation of a senior learning network lab, and this amount will include hardware purchases as well as annual fee from the senior learning network. More details will be provided once all equipment has been identified. At the July COA meeting, the board approved an expenditure of up to $1,000 from the Powerhouse account for the repair of the senior center outdoor grill, an expenditure of $450 for the purchase of a La Caja China pig roasting box for pig roasts, an expenditure of $200 to Signcraft for the 2016 photo collage of the 90+ T, which is a total of $3,050. And they've asked to put this on our agenda as we have.
Okay, I'll move to approve an expenditure of up to $3,050 from the Nicholas Powerhouse account for numerous items approved by the Commission on Aging.
Second.
Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Putting that money to good use.
I
and
can't wait
enhancing
for the pig
program.
roast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds pretty good.
They've already reached out and said there are other organizations in town that could use it, like our fire guys, and so this is going to be wonderful. Good purchase there. So the next item on the agenda is also from the Powerhouse account. It comes in separately, so we treat it separately. This is for $899 for a rack of chairs. These are the folding metal chairs, and some of them are at a point now they need to be replaced. The building's been there for a while, and a whole lot of those chairs are originals. So they've asked us to buy 76 chairs for $899, and that comes from the Powerhouse account.
Okay. Move to approve an expenditure from the Nicholas Powerhouse account for $899 for a rack of folding chairs. Move to approve an expenditure from the Nicholas Powerhouse account in the amount of $899 for a rack of folding chairs.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain? Wonderful. The fund non-affiliated longevity is next on the agenda. At your June 15th meeting, as part of the non-affiliated 2016-17 benefits package, we voted to reinstate longevity payments to the unaffiliated employees here in town and not part of the union. Since this was done post-budget process, a transfer into the various departments is necessary. And it's Anna's recommendation to take this from salary contingency account. You have a list before you of how much and where it's going, and an item just for the total amount, a motion for the total amount would be appropriate.
Move to approve a transfer in the amount of $7,650 from account 01-10-120-100-500 payroll contingency to the following accounts and forward to the Board of Finance for approval. And the following accounts are attached.
Yeah.
As attached.
As
Accounts-
attached.
Accounts as attached.
I'd like to make notice, because it is part of the attachment, the Selectmen line is not mine. So I can vote on this. As you know, we have staff in the Selectmen's office who has been here a long, long, long time, and I haven't. So all this money is well earned. So.
And just to comment too, this is something that was discontinued several years ago, as Holly brought up when we covered this, that she didn't like the idea of instituting longevity, but this is something that was taken away, and so it's just put back in. This is something that they had